not in the studio.
No, we're not. Where the hell are we?
We are in Wildwood.
There's a lot of people staring at us. How's it going?
We're standing where Castle Dracula used to be.
Well, sort of. It's where that water slide is right now. So, when they built that thing?
1976.
Good job. And what happened?
It burned down.
How did it burn down? Yeah. What year?
I don't remember.
2002.
2002.
So, it's been 22 years. And we're here for the Castle Dracula Weekend. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
I am excited.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Castle Dracula Weekend. Yeah, man, this took place in Columbus Park, right across the street from the convention hall in Wildwood, New Jersey. Castle Dracula was a feat. I mean, it was a 3-story giant castle that sat on the boardwalk. It was impressive. It really was. We're doing a voiceover because it was really windy, and I wanted to talk as the videos went, but I didn't mic up for whatever reason. Not sure. So here you can see we're directly across the convention center. Little B-roll action. The old school motel signs. And here's the stage. There's Michael up there with Mr. Nichols. Part of the Nichols family. They were at Nichols Pier, which Castle Dracula sat on. You can see he brought the prop from East Coast Horrors Convention that won a lot of best in shows for that convention. It was a good time. A lot of props from the castle. So I missed the main interview with Nick. We were finding parking. We had to eat. So you can see the chain over here. We're gonna have a close up of that in a little bit. But I mean, it was an epic backdrop. It really turned out really nice. So happy for it. And just the old Castle Dracula sign. Come on, if that doesn't bring back Wildwood nostalgia, what does? I mean, really. So you were able to go back there and actually take pictures with it. A nice interview table. Me playing with the focus. Yeah, it was fun. We had a great time out here. Some awesome props. That bat was custom made by VFX, so it's fantastic. I love that thing. A lot of people got in line to take pictures coming from behind to check everything out. It was overall a good turnout. I mean, for the first one, we really had no idea what to expect, but you could tell that people enjoyed themselves. It was fun. Had some vendors out. We'll get to those in a little bit. But, yeah, I'm just watching people get their pictures taken here. And if you're listening to the podcast, this is definitely a YouTube must-watch because you don't get to see what we're seeing. So I'm gonna get a little closer, take a closer look at this sign. Beautiful sign. God, that reminds me so much. So the castle was built in 1976, opened in 1977. It burned down in 2002 and was replaced with slides, as you saw on our intro. So this chain is what held the drawbridge of the castle. The sconces are from the castle. All these props are from the castle, which is amazing that someone went in and got all this, because it could be lost to time. It really could. So this was the wall sconce and the main entrance 1 and 2 from Castle Dracula. I really like that podium they made too. It was really cool. So Michael's over here talking to the crowd about everything going on. So here's a little picture of the actual chain. So it's the drawbridge train from Castle Dracula. Very cool. A lot of memorial. So I mean, the integral part. The Castle Dracula flag. Some more props. I mean, it's artwork. It's the griffin. A lot of stuff left from the castle. You can see the crowd out here. And the terror set up a booth, just showing off the haunt, recruiting haunt actors. We worked the booth, you'll see that in a little bit. Some nice static props. Holding the axe, so you can play with the axe. There's my terror's table. So here's a further away pan with all the vendors. Strange and Unusual. They make custom t-shirts. Another t-shirt stand. Man, Saturday was a really nice day. Of course I was hot, but I'm always hot. Another look at the vendors here. So this is Thanatos Productions vendor, and yeah, I'm gonna have to spend some money because there's a couple of these posters I want here. We're gonna get close and let you guys check them out because you can buy them online. You didn't have to be here for that, and a lot of the proceeds go to this big announcement we got coming up. So you got 11 by 17 and 24 by 36. 24 by 36 is where all my Freddy posters are. So you got Castle Dracula, Wacky Shack, Brigantine Castle, all the old school haunts. I love this. It's just nostalgia. So Thanatos Productions will also do bookings, voiceovers, and he's got a hell of a vampire voice. I'll give him that, for real. Custom backdrops, graphic design, weddings and events, and they do an amazing job. Yeah, you can get event apparel, which is really awesome. For the inaugural Castle Dracula Weekend. I think next year's going to be a little bigger, especially after you watch this video throughout. You'll find out why.
It's like a red velvet.
So, like, these old school, oh, they're beautiful. Such a great job. You get the Castle Dracula soundtrack. I might have to. I really might have to. So you had some actors out here from the castle, and when this voiceover part's over, you're going to hear a very old school haunt actor, and I haven't heard anyone talk like that in haunt in a very long time, and it really just brought me right back to the old school haunting. Like the pictures, like that's old school haunting right there. Mr. Nichols with some guys taking pictures with them, which was awesome. And he's in the middle of the interview we're going to get to right now, as soon as this is over. And he worked in the lab, and he did an awesome lab voice, and it was so good. And it just, oh, man, it brought me back. It really brought me back. This whole trip to Wildwood brought me back. We even had to ride Dante's Dungeon, which used to be Dante's Inferno, and I just smiled the entire way through that dark ride. I love that dark. I could go on the dark ride every day. Hey, look out to the crowd. This is earlier on. The crowd got a lot bigger, especially towards the announcement. So a lot of people just wanted to take a lot of photos. The vendors were going. They had music playing. Another reason I know the voiceover is copyright. But yeah, it was a good time. Really good time. We had fun. We had a blast. So here's some more Wildwood Convention Center. They had a tattoo convention going on right now. So parking was fun, but I pulled it off like a champ. Out here we have the Swan, Columbus Park, Wildwood Convention Center. Just look at the road here. And castle's all the way down there. Where that road ends is actually where the castle sat. That's where we filmed the intro. So it was all the way down there. It's right across from what used to be Mariner's Landing. It is now All Maury's Pier, because they took it over. Yeah, I like street footage. Oh, we're working the Night of Terror booth. Trying to get those haunt actors out there for Night of Terror. Terry's using her customer service voice. Hi, how are you? But yeah, the night there had a couple people stop by, a few applications. A lot of people want to know where it was, what they did, and a lot of questions about the zombie paintball, which is pretty fun.
You're on.
But yeah, I'm getting serious. I fixed the hat. I got the arm ready. Time to pimp some Night of Terror. Yeah, we worked the Night of Terror booth. But let's get into that Haunt Actor interview. That's gonna start right about now.
And then I pulled up a picture and said, "Bright light, bright light!" And closed it and ran. So I scurried off because I was busy. I love lab. I mean, I did such a good lab. I loved it.
Yes, I did a great lab. He was the best in lab back then. I haven't seen anyone since then. We kind of became forest, kind of went back to lab. Yeah, but you were there.
And actually, in the lab, it was supposed to be a Frankenstein. Because the script was they handed me as something got but it had nothing to do with opera. I was the mad doctor, family physician. Welcome to my master's laboratory. I am the family physician. Doctor, you are painful. The man you see hanging here once came to me complaining of athlete's feet, tennis elbow, and a headache. And I had a rope that had a head on it. And I pulled it up and I'd say, as you can see, I simply removed his problem. Then on the other wall there was mannequin parts of plastic. And I said, those are my sisters. My twin sisters, actually. So I found out that twins don't come with interchangeable parts. And then there was two big cubes that had mannequins in them. And I said, those are my parents. They called me mad! Mad! That's absurd! I was quite glad when I froze him in lifeless, suspended animation, like I will do to all of you now if you don't go. Hurry, the executioner awaits. And that was my lab. Now, I don't... Well, Dawn just walked around scaring me.
Meet tonight or then?
Huh?
Meet tonight or then?
Always.
Always.
Even now. When I got the...
Once it's in your blood, that's it. Halloween
When I
is
got
fun.
the text from her, I freaked out.
Still make those kids cry on Halloween.
I'm 69 years old. I'm too old.
I have a question. What was your favorite?
Well, mine, I kind of liked the, well, actually, what he was talking about, the lab.
My lab.
Yeah,
Well,
my
I
lab.
think he did lab for you in the 80s,
And
probably.
and I also I like
The only year I did it was 84.
you and people like you that used to run around cutting heads off and everything else. Out of nowhere, you wouldn't see nothing. And
Yeah.
then, there, right out of nowhere, bam, you come here and the head goes off.
We used to go and make fun of them and say, "Ah, that's fake," and then we were out of costume, and they would grab us and carry us up to the guillotine and chop our heads off.
Yeah, was there a guy with
There was a big guy
an axe?
who used to carry, but we weren't allowed to carry them anymore because they were afraid we hit
In
somebody.
the beginning, I thought, that's what I'm saying. is
Yeah, but they
have
took
that.
all the props away.
So you got to remember that back then and everything there, we were youngsters and everything, and we were a little bit, sometimes partied, so that would scare the bejesus out of us.
Yeah, well, that's what.
Because it
and what
really
got me
had a
was,
great look. I mean, it was real to us.
In the 90s, they
It
came
should
up with a
return.
chainsaw.
The
I never
chainsaw,
heard
I
of a
remember,
chainsaw
yeah.
in a castle.
I remember the chainsaw too.
Well, you know where they got the chainsaw from? I worked at the haunted house down on Maury's Pier, and
Yeah.
that was the last thing that happened when you went in. Was a guy jumped out with a chainsaw. But it was a medieval castle. Where the hell did they get the electric?
Back then, myself,
you know,
actually,
you wouldn't have a castle.
I worked briefly at the
Make it real. I mean,
at the
come on.
slides. Remember the slides on Maury's Pier?
Oh my God!
We used to do that.
Terror.
What's what I
Yo,
loved
I
about
had
you guys is
burns
the
on my
same thing as we
arm
used
from
to
that
scare
thing.
people saying, don't worry, we just waxed a little bit. We've only had one severe injury today, and then you push them down.
Yeah, and you got people had sprained ankles and everything from that.
Yeah, so it was enjoyable. Like I said, what you guys
remember the
just to
screen
go through the
machine?
fascination of it.
Remember the screen machine?
Yeah.
That was fun.
There's
But
quite
then
a
they
bit.
took it out and put that stupid boat ride in.
The boat ride was good too. I mean, I
Yeah, but
can't
they
complain
could
about
have
it. They were-
invested the money back in the castle and got it to work.
Right.
Instead of making the people overwork.
Right. Right, but now, like I said, it was great. But it was so good to have something where you actually had live instead of when you were a kid, you grew up and all you saw
we
was
weren't
fake little things
animatronics.
come out and
You know why
try to scare you.
why I started working
The
at the
real-
Castle Dracula? I went to live with my sister down in the village. They were moving down to Jersey. And she said, get a job. Well, we were walking down the boardwalk one night and I seen a red jacket that said Castle Dracula and Dungeon member of the cast. I said, that's where I'm going to work. Well, I went in and I saw Steve Nichols. He told me, you have to go see my son. So BJ sent me to, thank God, Ed Kennedy wouldn't hire me, but BJ sent me to this guy, Joe Hawk, we called him, because he had a mohawk. His name was Joe. And they hired me. And they stuck me in lab without, I mean, the thing they gave me was stupid.
Well, they saw your talent.
Oh, yeah, believe me, they did. Well, of course, I had to work my way through Dungeon, which I was good at, too. Because I was little, so you couldn't see me.
You could still pop out. You still scared people because you didn't see at first. You're like, whoa, where did that guy? Where did he come from?
Yeah.
But no, it was great there to have live action. And
Yeah, but I
everything. It
mean,
was a
to have
challenge.
actors.
Yeah, well, that was the best part about it. I mean, it was,
Yeah, that's what kept the castle going.
That's what made it
the
unique.
heart and soul of that castle.
yeah, made it unique.
I put my blood, sweat, and tears and drunk days in there.
So have I.
You know? I tripped in there.
Hey,
Okay, going to
Hey,
lock
two of
me
us.
up. Hey, statute of limitations, lock me up.
One thing I'll definitely say that for all the different years that everybody went to that castle, by far you guys were the blood, sweat, and tears of that castle. You guys made
You were the heart of the castle.
Exactly. You go in there, you came there for the actors. The actors were in there. They weren't.
Like I said, I wanted a jacket that said member of the cast. And I got it.
You did.
And then I made a mistake, which I'm not going to tell you why I got fired, but I got fired. And BJ tried to take the jacket back, and I told him no. Because he knew that I really wanted that jacket.
All right. I want to close with you guys real quick with one question for both of you from me. Is how does stuff like this make you feel when we're still trying to do how much do it with a still 22%?
Hey, I'm so glad you're still fans. I wish the castle was up. I'd like to look at the appearance.
Hopefully we can make that happen.
And I mean, I'm on Social Security, so that should tell you something right there.
hey Jay.
I mean, I just celebrated my 69th birthday.
Happy birthday. Congratulations.
Would you return if they brought it
The
back?
infamous Gizmo.
Would you return if it came
Oh
back?
yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Good for you.
Even on crutches.
Good for you.
I had to go back to town around and take them to build it.
What about you, Dawn? What?
Well, I said I wasn't going to try last night when I got here, but as soon as I came and I saw all this hard work that we put into it, that's a lot of passion from our number one fan. Fan. You
Yeah,
are
this
our number
whole
one
thing
fan.
is the same
To do
group,
this,
but
and you're taking it to your production company, and the where did you first book you took it? The East Coast Funding, yeah. And to see that online, maybe we're going to be before. And yeah, when we build the castle, we're going to be there.
I'll make.
And so will the rest of the kids.
I'm old, but I'll make. Yes. Most of the cast that I work with are dead. I mean, it's a sad thing to say. but a lot of people who could have told you a lot of good stories are passed away.
One of those was Steve Rocco.
Dave Gilbert, Trash, Kitten. I think Dave Heggy's dead. If he ain't, he was a junkie back in the day, so I guess he was But, I mean, we did our share of smoking pot and stuff, but we did it on the roof when none of the nipples could see us. I even tricked and did laugh. I did a hit LSD and did laugh. But it was a different time. It was an innocent thing. It was a thing where I was so into that the acid just intensified my madness. You know, made me seem more like a mad scientist.
We are at Castle Dracula Weekend. So what do you think?
I think it's cool so far. Lots of nostalgia.
The music's playing. There's quite a few people here. I'm surprised.
Everybody seems to be enjoying themselves. Lots of
Yeah.
props, some tents. You can get some goodies, t-shirts.
Palm reading.
Could apply Creamy Acres.
Yes. Night of Terror. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's interviews. There's haunt. They're doing Q&A for the haunt actors. That's pretty cool. And they said at dark, it's going to look awesome with all the lights.
And there's a special announcement.
Yes, special
Stay tuned.
announcement at 8 o'clock. We still got like 40 minutes.
How is everybody doing tonight? All right, for a lot of people who like ghouls and ghosts and everything else like that, I know you got it better. How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you, that's a lot better. All right. Number one, I wanted to thank everybody 100% for coming out tonight. As somebody who has been a fan of this since I was 3 years old, probably earlier, this is why I came into this business as a haunter, was because of Castle Dracula. Everything that it had, everything that it spoke to. And as if you were here earlier and you heard Angelo earlier, this place is what really made Wildwood magical. You can have your Christmas, your Cinderella castle, and you can have your Sleeping Beauty castle. This was Wildwood's castle. This meant more to more people than anybody could possibly realize, whether you were little, whether you were older, and the fact that everybody that has come out here today showed support on our website, showed support on Facebook. The Nichols family are here, so your cheers, I want you guys to cheer them on, because without the Nichols, there would not be a castle built in the first place. The Nichols family is part of everybody's childhood and our child's child, no matter what, because even though it's been gone 22 years, and it's been almost 50 years since it was originally built, the legacy still lives on. And I know all of you who go onto the boardwalk every single time you're in this town. You always want to look down Cedar Avenue, and you always want to hear that sound, if you want to see those griffins. And we have been working really hard with the city of Wildwood to change that. We have been working with Nick. We have been working with other individuals on this, and to say that we're going to finally change something about the Wildwood landscape on the boardwalk. It's crazy. So the announcement is that the Cedar Avenue will finally have a memorial on the boardwalk with a cast of the original remaining griffin that was on the bridge. It has survived. The collector has it. We will be making an actual cast of it and placing it on the boardwalk, real size, with a podium to match it. It's going to have a backdrop with the history of Castle Dracula on it and a gigantic picture of the castle. So you can go back on the boardwalk, go on Cedar Avenue, and actually see something from the castle, at least after 22 years. We are going to have it solar operated so that this way there's solar lights on it, so this way the flame can actually go onto the top. It's LED lights that I can't do real flame, and trust me, really don't want to do any real flame near anything having to do with Castle Dracula, so we're not going to do that. But we're going to have a full map of the castle for both sections. We actually have that exact picture that I designed. We have those available at our booth for 24 by 36s and 11 by 17s if everybody's interested in those. I literally just finished that last week. But it's got all the pictures to show everybody, so this way as you come down, it's not like just, okay, go on the website and go look at everything. You'll be able to go down and see it, stand next to it. And I am working on trying to make it so this way there's push button to actually hear Toccata playing on Cedar Avenue again. So one of the things that I definitely tried to make sure that I did on the diagram, and believe it or not, the original idea was to do the statue. It was actually Mayor Troiano that approached us and went, yeah, there needs to be more. It can't just be the statue. So the one thing that he had said is to do the picture and do the actual history of it, and that's exactly what I listened to the mayor about. It'll be a much bigger display. You'll be able to take pictures with it. It's going to have a QR code on it, so this way, if you're telling anybody about it or nobody knows about it, they'll be able to actually scan the QR code, go directly to the website, and start learning about it, so they know why it's there. And finally, the one thing that's going to be really cool about this is the fact that just having some presence there in the exact location where that last griffin used to stand, it's going to stand back there again. And until we can finally get it together to actually rebuild Castle Dracula, which, I'm sorry, there's nurses out there. I've been in this business for a very long time, and I will tell you, people are hungry for this to come back. People are hungry for the castle to come back. And as I said earlier, I've heard talk from people from California, from Florida, from Canada. I've even heard people from the United Kingdom. They've all talked about Wildwood. Go out. Here we go. They've all talked, whenever you bring up Wildwood, the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, oh, did you ever hear of the castle? What castle are you talking about? It's like, Dracula's castle? Castle Dracula? What is it? It's like, oh yeah, we know all about that. That's our castle. And to be able to have some kind of presence back on there again in the immediate future, and by immediate future is the goal is to have this back on the boardwalk by the end of spring. The goal is to have this installed on the boardwalk by the end of this coming spring, which means we will be looking to have Castle Dracula Weekend Part 2 when we unveil the actual memorial on the boardwalk. So we will have that in the works. We will let everybody know what's going to happen with that. I have a couple of pamphlets that I'm going to hand out. I have already started the GoFundMe on this. One of the things I will say, if anybody wants to contribute to the GoFundMe for the memorial, I will be making sure that everybody who gives us their name will be put onto the actual podium that the Griffin will be on, because without this and without everybody's help, this won't be able to happen, because we were able to do this with a hope and a prayer. And the fact that, and what was it, a month and a half?
Yeah.
A month and a half it took us to build this.
Yeah, I looked at your house.
Yes. And both of our wives wanted to kill us. So please, if you see our wives at all tonight, please thank them too. Because
Mine's over there.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
And without them and helping us and our kids being a part of it, I mean, this is not just about for you guys. This is about the continuation of the legacy of the castle. Nick will be long gone. Tiffany will be long gone. Paul will be long gone. This will still be here, because differences with anything that's going to be on the boardwalk, we're responsible for it. So if something happens, we're going to take care of it. So we take it back the next year after the season's over. we take care of it, we fix it, and then we bring it back for the next year. Because you don't want it to just go a whole summer and then the wind gets at it and everything is destroyed. Nope, we're gonna make sure we're able to do it again. And who knows, maybe we can put more features on it. But this is our big announcement. There's gonna be something having to do with the castle in a fantastic way, and it's going to be from something that actually existed of the castle. Nick has been a really big part of this process through everything that we've been doing. And as I said earlier, I can't thank the Nichols enough for when they built this. From Nick, the rest of the Nichols family, the actors, from 1977 to 2002. This castle may be physically dead, but it's not dead in here. It will never be dead in here. It won't be dead in here. Because we all tell our families about it. And some of us, you know, used to get bullied a lot because that's all they would talk about in the beginning of the school year. But that, I don't know who that is. But anyway, this is what we're going to be doing. This will be on the boardwalk by the end of next spring. And we'll let you know sooner than later, so you'll be able to enjoy it. So we're going to post the GoFundMe link on here. I do have a poster that I'm going to have available, so I'm going to grab a couple of those if anybody's interested in doing the GoFundMe. But any information, we are going to post it on CastleDraculaWildwood.com. It is a living website. The reason why I say it's a living website, and I said it earlier as well, we want your photos of the castle, because this will help. This, we can make a QR code and have a running remembrance of it. Everybody's photos, and I said it earlier tonight, everybody has their own version of Castle Dracula. And your actual memories really get set in stone with your pictures. And one of the things about running CastleDraculaWildwood.com is, the reason why I'm running it is so that this way the memory doesn't die, and I don't want your memories to die either. So you can visit us on our website. Please, high-res photos if you have them. Appreciate it if you have videos too. Nobody's making any kind of money off of them at all. We will give you absolutely and utter full credit on the bottom of each image, so that this way you guys see it and you know that nobody's taking any money off of it. Because we're not making money off of this. We're not making money off of this or this. Because this is about a legacy. This ain't money. You can't buy the memories. And as I'm a fan first, I don't want this to ever die. It's been 22 years. I still don't go past that area without crying. So this is why we're doing it. Thank you to the city of Wildwood. Thank you most importantly to the actors, and thank you to the Nichols. We'll have something for the castle back on the boardwalk. And that was the whole reason why we were doing this. So that this way, not just to celebrate you guys, but it's to celebrate those actors. It's to show those actors that in your minds, they still mean something. Their legacy is there. The Nichols legacy is there. But it's showing everybody else that yes, there's so many more of us out there that celebrate this castle every year. By just having that one memory, looking down Cedar and going, I wish I wasn't looking at water slides. And I wish I'd be able to see those turrets again. And that smell of the smudge pots and toccata and the actors and the screams that you hear coming out of the castle. And most of all, when he was working, Dracula coming out and saying his iconic line of, "Welcome to my castle. Come in, don't be afraid. The dead man inside will no longer hurt you." I'm not going to do the whole thing. But we also have the official soundtracks too, which the Nichols have been a big part of, and luckily we've been able to preserve that as well, so you can also hear all the sounds that are inside the castle. And again, like I said, this is about preservation. This is not about anything else. This is about keeping your memories and keeping particularly this memory alive. So in our minds, it's not gone. In our minds, it's not defunct. It's still here. It's just sleeping until we can bring it back. Thank you, everybody. The costume contest. Come over to the stage over here at 8:30. Good luck. Thank you, everybody.
All right, that was fun.
That was fun.
It was. Had a good time.
Fun.
You guys heard the announcement. We're gonna have a monument on the boardwalk about goddamn time.
That's gonna be so cool.
It's no castle, but knowing these guys, I wouldn't be surprised in the next 10 years if we see a castle back here in Wildwood.
I won't put it past them.
Yeah. So if this is dark, it's because it's night out. It's okay. We don't have any lights. It's fine. But convention center looks pretty, so we figured I'd make that a backdrop. Castle Dracula Weekend wraps up tonight. I need to get off my ankle, but you heard the announcement. You saw the previews. Night of Terror was here. A lot of good music playing. Some vendors out. It was a good time. Did you have fun?
I did have fun.
Did you have fun? This is our second in a row on location video.
I know.
Jesus. And the next one we're live. We haven't been in the studio in a minute.
Nope.
Missed my chair. But I just sat in it to create this video. So guys, next Castle Dracula Weekend, come on out. This was fun. We had fun. Met some people.
Said, hopefully in spring.
Spring? And subscribe now. We're almost there. Hopefully we're there before this video lets go Monday. That's how close we are. So guys, like, subscribe, hit the video.